Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
New video.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
New video.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Bye.
New video.
Bye. Bye.
New video.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Fun fact. When I first posted this story, one of the guys' cellies came in the comments and was like, "That's crazy. I remember that night like it was yesterday." And it's salute to you, man. And I appreciate the way you told the story, man. It was nothing personal and you already knew it. Shouts out to you. I can't remember your name, but shouts out to you. The thing about stories, when you tell these stories, there's people that was involved or people that know about these stories that will call you on your shit. That's why you need to make your shit, make sure your stories and shit is straight. Make sure it's all facts, no fiction. Go. Shout out my new subscribers. Shout out to the Dirty Nation. Shout out to all the people that fuck with us, the affiliates, the winner circles, the iTalks, everybody that really fuck with me. So you probably thought this was gonna be a video about them, but truth of the matter is, I'm done. I proved my point. My message is clear. They take it, they take it. If not, it's not. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to tell y'all about a story that some people that know me know, but I notice it's a lot of people that don't know me. Because people have a tendency to take you for face value. And if you look like a doofus to them, then they're going to assume that you a doofus. But I grew up like this. Somebody once taught me that just because a person is stuttering, that don't mean he's stupid. That just mean he's thinking too fast. So that motherfucker's just as smart as you. So if you sitting there thinking he's stupid because he's stuttering, then you at a disadvantage already. That's why I don't really be judging like that. So the year is 2006, I believe. I'm in Solano. And I didn't pull up into Solano at a real tumultuous time where we're into it with the North and the South at the same time. On Solano, if y'all got family or know about Solano stories, Solano was a real violent prison in the 2000s. I don't care what nobody say. But anyhow, so when I get there, we're already on lockdown for a riot with the southsiders. And then all of a sudden we get into a riot with the northerners, and then all of a sudden we get into a riot with the southsiders. So I'm already sweating. We're gonna have to do this story with the fan going. Fuck that. It's 100 and something degrees in Sacramento. But anyhow, man, so I ended up catching a staff assault. Within about 4 months of being in Solano. So they send me away. I go do an 11-month shoot. I come back to Solano. They send me to the 1 yard. I was on the 2 yard. Now I'm on the 1 yard. And I've been on after being in the hole in the shoe and gone for 11 months. I get back to, so I know how to wiggle. I know how to get to night yard if I want to get to night yard. I might be A1A, I might not be, but I know how to wiggle. So I'm out on the night yard, right? And it's me and the homie. Me and the homie, Cheese. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. But anyhow, the homie. So I'm sitting there rapping because I do rap too. And I've been gone 11 months, so I got a lot of songs. So I'm letting the homie hear them. Like, check me out. I'm going, beating on my chest, shit, then letting it go. And next thing you know, it was 6 Southsiders. Maybe it was five or six. But they come around the corner. We're in front of a building to where you can't see around the corner. So they come around the corner. And they like, me personally, I came from the other yard where it was on with both of them. So I was already ready. I was already like, shit, I'm asking the homie, like, what is that? Is them northern and southerners? He was like, I don't know. I said, shit, man. You better know. Next thing you know, they come around the corner and they're under escort by one police. No cuffs, no nothing. So when they come around the corner, they like walking in 2x2 formations. That off top was like different because when it come to blacks, you know, if we under escort, we ain't walking in no perfect lines. We ain't walking in no straight lines either. We gonna be all scattered following though. But they was in formation. So that was the first thing that set off a red flag. So when they came in formation, like soldiers, when they came in formation and got in front of 5 building, which was a SAP building back then, and they stopped. I'm on point, I'm watching. The two in the back, one whispered something to the other one. When he whispered it, next thing you know, he came running at me. One and the other ones ran at the other blacks that was around. Man, I'm telling you, and this is God as my witness, for y'all that just be thinking like he was on 60 days in, he was weak, all that. Man, there's a clear-cut difference between real life incidents, and television incidents. Television. That shit is for the birds. That television shit was some bullshit. There was shit edited out that should have been edited in. There was shit edited in that should have never been edited in. And then it was straight up lies that show did. But this ain't about 60 days in. But I'ma just, y'all like, hell, you fucked up, you lie. Okay, I'll give you a lie. That fight that happened when it looked like I was in the bathroom, sitting with her hand on the sink. That fight never happened when I was there. And if you look at it, it looked like a bullshit ass fight. But that fight never happened when I was there. I've been in the pen. You know, I'm looking. I'm about to grab a spot on the wall and look. I ain't about to just walk by a fight while it's happening. Like, let me out of here. No. That was some bullshit. So you already know now the type of shit that Hollywood play. They put you in an unfavorable nature, pay you your money. So that 15 bands, was it worth it? Hell motherfucking yeah. I'd do it again. 15 more. Anyhow, back to the story. So when they come around, so when a dude runs at me, I run at him as a natural reaction because I know it's on. I know it's on. I don't know if they got knives. I don't know what. But I know if one running at me, my natural, and I'm fresh out the hole too, so I'm in good shape. So I run at him. We start thumping. Boop, 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 boop. But I see this blade. I see the blade. And like this is all happening like a dream. I promise you. I see the blade in his hand. So, but off top, I'm not about to stop fighting. Fuck that. I'm fighting until you're going to have to kill me. So we thumping. Boop, 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 boop. I slip. When I slip, he sat on top of me. And I'm on the ground. It's muddy, so there ain't no traction. Mind you, it's bombs going off. It's the block guns being shot. It's motherfuckers screaming. Smoke all around us. Man, it's like a mini war. It's funky. And it's nighttime. Dark, in the dark. Man, when that motherfucker sat on top of me, he had that knife trying to hit me. Yeah. But I had his hands up under here. So it was tug of war because I wouldn't let his hand go so he could get me. And I stalled him long enough for some cats that was some Stockton cats, some Crips. Some Crips that was in front of 6 building. Came down and saved my life. They saved my life. Period, point blank. Shout out to them Stockton Crips that saved my life. But shit, yes they did. So y'all saying that black, so the particular ones that be like, shit, blacks ain't with the nothing. They ain't helping each other. They don't say pay. Yeah. Them blacks that was Crips saved my blood ass. So then we get up and we do our dance. We do our dance or whatever. And then we run and dive, get out this thing. Now, shoot, the reinforcements thing came. So we scatter. Boop. So when the smoke clears, the homie that was with me was in the same spot that he was when the riot kicked off. Well, there's a difference between a riot and a melee. Like there's a difference. Like a melee might be like 3-on-3, 4-on-2, 5-on-1, shit like that. That's a melee. But a riot is like, a riot is numbers. I think like 5 or more, 5-on-5, more than 10 people, something like that is a riot. I'm not sure now. They change that shit all the time. They changed it twice in my tenure. So when the smoke cleared, the homie that was in the same place, the police walked up on him and said, "Hey, we need a gurney for this one. Stat. Stat." Man, when that gurney came and they lifted him up, it just looked like the blood just came like flushing down. Like I guess because he was laying down. And then when the blood like pulled up because he couldn't move or he didn't want to move, he stood up and just the blood fell from his wounds. So here's the thing. My homie had a state-issued blue jacket. This shit give me PTSD recalling this shit. This is why I don't really talk about prison shit. This shit be too deep. I'd rather look like a goofy in front of y'all and be funny and have jokes. But when it's time to get serious, people don't know how to take me because I be too serious. So when he stood up and the blood came down, all I could say was, God damn. How did that happen? So here's the thing. In the middle of all this, I do recall, as I was fighting for my life, I do recall that he was laying on the ground and the Mexican was on top of him just doing his thing. Doing his thing. I don't know if y'all ever been in riots and stuff, but you fighting for your life and you look over and you just see your homie getting gensued. There ain't nothing you can do about it. Nothing. When it was done, all his wounds was here. The arm, the neck, the face, the forearm. The forearm because he laid down. He laid down, and he was a big guy too. He laid down, and that Mexican just sat on top of him and just and went to work on him, man. So then they take him to CTC. That's what they call the hospital in all prisons. CTC. I forget the fucking name of it, and I'm glad I do. So by the time they got us up off the ground and escorted us to the hole, you gotta go through medical clearance before you get to go to asset. Because I'm for sure going to the hole, and the Mexicans is going with me too. We all going to the hole, so we all getting medical clearance. So you'll see the Mexican come by that just took off on you like, or you might see it was like 3 other blacks that was involved. Smith Jones, man, hey, that was a big light-skinned youngster. When the smoke was going clear, he was still whooping on a motherfucker. One dude was a zebra killer. I don't know if y'all know who the zebra killer is. One dude was him. But what amazed me is that they actually opened the door and let his ass back in the building, no go to the hole. And then Van Dyke, boy, I seen something with Van Dyke I ain't never seen. That motherfucker Van Dyke got whooped so bad by the southsider. That motherfucker had tears of blood coming down. I don't know how the hell that happened, but he had tears of blood coming down with ooh-wee knots because he got shot with the block gun. Hey, look, this is why they try to tell you things like, man, don't be drinking on the yard and shit like that. Because if you drinking on the yard, you ain't in control of your faculties. And boy, Van Dyke is a known drunk. And so when we walking through CTC about to go to the hole, man, I look over and see the homie. They got the homie in the bed. He like linked up and looking. And he got like gauze, look like Santa Claus, like all around his face, like shit, holding that shit together or whatever, boy. I walked by and looked. I was like, oh my God. This nigga looked like Zipper Face. He looked like Zipper Face. Like, that's the only way I could say, like, that razor blade is a motherfucker. You would much rather get stabbed in the pen. You would much rather get stabbed than sliced up with a razor. Because that razor, oh my God, and it leaves welts out of this world. It was a riot in Solano where with the Pisces. Shit, Pisces ain't no punks. Bullshit. Let me go into this story and I get back to it. Pisces ain't no punk. Bullshit. The motherfucking Pisces in Solano, they was playing soccer and kicked the ball over by the blacks. And one of the blacks, he was a blood too, picked the soccer ball up and was cussing, throwing it, and threw it back like, nigga, I'm having that motherfucking ball come up over here, woofing. The next time that ball came over there, it was about 50 Pisces. It might have been Southsiders, but it was like 50 Pisces. And they went to work on the blacks. I'm talking about they went to work. And one of the homies, Ice from Meadowview, he went to go help somebody else. And while he was helping somebody else, whooping on one, the Southsider came from behind him and sliced that nigga from the top of his head all the way down to the middle of his back, like 3 times. So that nigga had what's the motherfuckers called? Not raptors, but yeah, raptors. This motherfucker had raptor welts from the top of his head down, like the Dodge Charger. I mean, what the fuck I. Anyhow, nigga, it was a motherfucking horror movie. Back to the story. So as he's sitting there, is bleeding in his bed, he say, hey man, shit, when I get back, man, I want to hear some of them songs again. In my mind, I'm like, nigga, fuck them songs. You need to get back right. You need to get back right. So anyhow, they send me to the hole, right? All I could think about is this motherfucking zebra killer dude that all of a sudden went back in that took off running in my mind. I just seen him running in my mind because that's the only way they gonna let you back in. Why you didn't get dirty, but everybody else got mollywop damn near. So anyhow, I'm sending a kite to the yard. I sent a kite from the hole to the yard to try to get this thing knocked down. But so what happened is this. I'm going to committee, right? I felt in my mind that I wasn't supposed to be back in Solano because I just caught a staff assault. But yet they transferred me back to Solano. So in this little 4 or 5 day period that I'm thinking they done fucked up and sent me back to Solano. And now this damn riot didn't happen. This melee didn't happen. So I'm in committee. No, I didn't go to committee yet. 3 days after I've been in the hole, Goon Squad come. The Goon Squad come. They say, we understand that you guys were victims, and we would like your assistance in identifying the inmates involved. In my mind, I'm like, man, look, I done seen this shit many times. So I told the Goon Squad respectfully, I don't know none of them people on that. I don't know none of them. And respectfully, I ain't got no issues with them either. Shit's business. It was like, and they was so used to this shit in Solano that they was like, thank you for shit. Like they already knew. Like when they sized me up, they see me walk in the room, they knew they wasn't gonna get nothing about of me. They already knew it. So anyhow, I go to committee. So I'm thinking, yeah, they about to send my ass back to a level 4. I got 1 trillion points, but what it is I ain't got my final copy yet. So I don't even know. I just know I got found guilty of a staff assault. So I'm in this ICU or whatever committee it was, and the motherfucker said, he's in here for a staff assault. For a riot. However, he was a victim. But anyhow, he has an RVR where he was charged with a staff assault that was later dropped to a disobeyed direct order. I was like, what? my shit was dropped to a failure to disobey a direct order, and I didn't even know. So I'm sitting there sweating the whole time I'm in the hole. The motherfuckers kicked me right back out to the yard. Right back out to the yard. And they asked me, "Dirt, is you tripping?" I said, "Hell no, man, that's business." So here's the backstory. The backstory is that there's 2 basketball courts in Solano. And Blacks is some basketball playing mother lovers. You know we is. So we literally trying to monopolize all these courts because this is a black prison. This is one of the few prisons where Blacks got the numbers over the Southsiders and the Northerners. You would have to combine the Southsiders, Northerners, and damn near the Paisas to have enough numbers to compete with the Blacks in this prison. That's why anytime ever the Blacks ever get into it in that prison, it's always a cold affair because the other races always got weapons because they know what time it is. The Blacks be showing up, but the Mexicans be ready in a sense. It's people probably still walking around Solano with stab wounds from them. So what happened is the Southsiders decided, shit, we gonna fight for a basketball court. And they took off on the OGs that was balling. It was other youngsters too, but they took off on the basketball court. So they was on lockdown for that. And it's about 2 months had passed. So they was able to be escorted like that. That's how they was able to get off on us like that. And then the cold part is the one police that was with him, that motherfucker took off running. He took off running so much that when they sent my ass back to that prison in 2012 and I met up with him and was able to see him, it's like me and him was trauma bonded. We was trauma bonded from that situation. That was war time in Solano. I know I told this story many times before, but I felt it was times now because people are judging me for face value and they not knowing. I did my time and I did it right. Did it right. So go, I implore you or ask you, go back to the beginning of my channel. Go back to the beginning of Dirty Weather 916. And you'll see that it's been a cold journey from start to now. And maybe you could appreciate having a brother like me just speaking my spiel, man. Shout out to Dreena's Haven 916. Now it's known as The Haven. Shout out to Nate Dogg 916. Homie Hangout. Hoodie from the Hood. Chill. Damian Porter. I don't know you. Well, actually I do. And we've talked in the back chats before. So salute to you. Basically, salute all the California mainline YouTubers. Salute to y'all. Dirty. Gone.